Have you ever noticed that no matter how much you accomplish, no matter how many goals you reach, no matter how much comfort, success, recognition, or security you gather around yourself, there is still a part of you that remains unsettled? There is still a voice inside that says, something is missing, something isn't quite right, something needs to change before I can truly be at peace. Most people spend their entire lives listening to that voice. They obey it. They chase what it tells them to chase. They fear what it tells them to fear. They become so identified with it that they never stop to ask one of the most important questions a human being can ask. Who is listening? There is a voice in your head that talks all day long. It comments on everything. It judges people. It worries about the future. It replays the past. It compares, criticizes, complains, fantasizes, and analyzes. It is speaking when you wake up in the morning and often continues speaking until you fall asleep at night. The strange thing is that most people have never questioned this voice. They assume it is who they are. But if you can hear the voice, then the voice cannot be you. The one who notices the voice is separate from the voice. This realization is the beginning of freedom. This realization is the doorway to inner peace. The greatest secret of life is that peace is not something you create. It is not something you achieve. It is not something you earn after years of struggle. Peace is your natural state. What disturbs peace is not life itself. What disturbs peace is the mind's resistance to life. Life is continuously unfolding. Events happen, people come and go, circumstances change, seasons change, bodies age, relationships evolve. Success arrives and success leaves. This is the nature of existence. The problem is not that life changes. The problem is that the mind demands that life should not change. The mind says, I only want pleasant experiences. The mind says, I never want to feel pain. The mind says, everything should happen according to my preferences. And when reality refuses to obey these demands, suffering appears. Not because reality is wrong, but because reality and the mind are arguing with each other. Imagine standing in the middle of a river and trying to stop the current with your hands. You would exhaust yourself. The river would continue flowing. Life is that river. The mind is constantly trying to stop the current. It wants certainty in an uncertain world. It wants permanence in an impermanent world. It wants control over things that were never meant to be controlled. And so it struggles, day after day, year after year, decade after decade. Most human beings are not tired because life is difficult. They are tired because they are fighting reality. Look deeply into your own experience. Think about the moments when you felt the most disturbed. Was it the event itself that caused your suffering? Or was it your resistance to the event? Two people can experience the exact same situation. One becomes devastated, the other remains peaceful. The difference is not the event. The difference is the relationship they have with the event. One person says, this should not be happening. The other says, this is happening. Let me be present with it. One fights reality. The other accepts reality. Acceptance does not mean passivity. Acceptance does not mean weakness. Acceptance means seeing clearly. It means recognizing what already exists before deciding what to do about it. You cannot work intelligently with reality until you stop arguing with reality. The moment you stop resisting what is already here, something extraordinary happens. Energy that was trapped in struggle becomes available for awareness. Clarity emerges. Wisdom emerges. Peace emerges. This peace is not dependent on circumstances. It does not require everything to go your way. It does not require perfect health, perfect relationships, or perfect finances. It exists beneath all conditions, like the sky behind the clouds. The clouds come and go. The sky remains. Thoughts come and go. Emotions come and go. Experiences come and go. Awareness remains. Most people spend their lives focusing on the clouds. Very few discover the sky. The sky is your true nature. It is the silent awareness that notices every thought. It is the stillness that witnesses every emotion. It is the presence that remains unchanged while the entire world changes around it. You do not have to create this awareness. You already are this awareness. The challenge is that your attention has become absorbed in the noise. Imagine watching a movie and becoming so involved in the story that you forget you are sitting in a theater. You laugh, you cry, you become afraid, you become excited. The movie completely captures your attention. Then suddenly, you remember that you are watching a screen. Everything changes. The movie continues. But now there is distance. Now there is perspective. Now there is freedom. This is what spiritual awakening truly is. It is remembering that you are the observer, not the drama, not the story, not the endless stream of thoughts. You are the consciousness that is aware of them. From this perspective, life becomes an incredible teacher. Every situation becomes an opportunity to awaken. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to let go. Every disturbance becomes an invitation to grow. When someone says something that upsets you, you have a choice. You can become lost in the reaction, or you can observe the reaction. When fear arises, you can become the fear, or you can witness the fear. When sadness appears, you can drown in it, or you can allow it to move through you while remaining present. This simple shift changes everything, because what you observe cannot control you. The moment you become conscious of a pattern, you begin transcending the pattern. Awareness itself is transformative. The reason people remain trapped is not because they lack strength. It is because they lack awareness. They are unconscious of the forces operating within them. They are pulled around by emotions they do not understand, driven by fears they have never examined, controlled by beliefs they never chose consciously. Inner freedom begins when awareness enters these hidden places. The light of consciousness reveals what has been buried, and what is seen clearly begins to lose its power. Many people believe happiness comes from getting what they want, but if you observe carefully, you will discover something fascinating. Every time you get what you want, the mind quickly creates a new desire. The goal is reached. The excitement fades. A new goal appears. The relationship begins. The honeymoon phase ends. A new problem appears. The promotion arrives. The satisfaction fades. Another ambition appears. The mind is designed to seek. It is never fully satisfied. If your happiness depends on satisfying the mind, happiness will always remain temporary. True peace comes from something deeper. It comes from learning to rest in awareness itself. It comes from recognizing that your completeness does not depend on external conditions. You were not born incomplete. You were born whole. The feeling of incompleteness is created by identification with the mind. The mind constantly whispers that fulfillment exists somewhere else, in the future, in another achievement, in another relationship, in another possession. But life keeps revealing the same lesson. Wherever you go, you bring yourself with you. If you have not discovered peace within, no external accomplishment will permanently provide it. This does not mean you should stop pursuing goals. It means your goals should not be the source of your identity. Create, build, serve, achieve, dream, but do not lose yourself in the process. Let your actions emerge from fullness rather than emptiness. Let them arise from inspiration rather than desperation. A person who acts from inner completeness brings tremendous power into the world. Because their actions are no longer driven by fear, they are no longer trying to prove something. They are no longer seeking validation. They are expressing what is already alive within them. This creates a very different quality of life. You begin to move through the world with openness instead of defensiveness. You begin to listen instead of merely waiting to speak. You begin to appreciate instead of constantly evaluating. You begin to love without demanding. You begin to give without calculating. And something beautiful happens. Life starts flowing. Not because circumstances become perfect, but because your resistance decreases. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with every hurt, disappointment, resentment, and fear from your past. Most people carry this backpack everywhere. They carry it into relationships, into careers, into friendships, into every new experience. Then they wonder why life feels heavy. The solution is not to find a lighter path. The solution is to put down the backpack, let go. Not because the past did not matter, but because it no longer needs to define your present. Every moment offers a fresh beginning. Every breath offers a new opportunity. The question is whether you are willing to release what no longer serves you. Letting go is not an event. It is a way of living. It is the willingness to allow life to move through you without becoming trapped inside you. Experiences come, experiences go. You remain open. You remain present. You remain free. This openness is one of the greatest powers available to a human being. An open heart can withstand far more than a closed heart. An open mind can learn far more than a defensive mind. An open spirit can experience far more than a fearful spirit. The secret is not protecting yourself from life. The secret is learning how to participate fully in life without losing yourself. Life will always contain uncertainty. Life will always contain change. Life will always contain challenges. The goal is not to eliminate these realities. The goal is to discover the part of yourself that remains untouched by them. That part is already here. It has always been here. It was present when you were a child. It was present during your greatest successes. It was present during your deepest struggles. It is the silent witness behind every experience. The more you rest in that awareness, the more peace becomes your natural state. Eventually, you begin to realize that the search itself can end, not because there is nothing left to learn, but because you stop searching for yourself in places where you do not exist. You stop searching in possessions. You stop searching in status. You stop searching in approval. You stop searching in endless mental activity, and you discover what was present all along. A stillness that does not depend on circumstances, a joy that does not depend on outcomes, a freedom that does not depend on control. This is the secret that changes everything. Peace is not at the end of the journey. Peace is the foundation from which the journey is meant to be lived. The moment you stop trying to force life into your preferred shape, life begins revealing its deeper wisdom. The moment you stop identifying with every thought, a vast inner space opens. The moment you stop resisting the present moment, you discover the extraordinary beauty hidden within ordinary existence. And perhaps that is the greatest revelation of all. You do not need to become someone else. You do not need to wait for a perfect future. You do not need to fix every aspect of your life before allowing yourself to be at peace. Right here, right now, beneath the noise of the mind, beneath the fears of the past, beneath the worries about tomorrow, there is a stillness, there is an awareness, there is a presence that has been patiently waiting for your attention. Return to it, trust it, rest in it. Because the inner peace that changes everything is not something you must create. It is something you must remember. And the moment you remember it, you begin to discover that what you were seeking has been seeking you all along.